if you want to grow your business and you don't spend at least what you spent on your fucking truck each year on marketing, you're not serious about growing your business.
Tom, what's your take on how important is marketing a business? Because we know we hear all these people that grow by referral and this and that. So give me your take.
Oh, well, listen, sales is oxygen, and you don't get a sale if you don't have a lead, right? So, I think I look back at, I started a painting company a million years ago, and it started because this guy at church, I heard through the grapevine, he was getting his house painted. I was on the bubble of starting my own painting business, and I tapped him on the shoulder. Long story short, I sold him a $10,000 job that should have been 30. And
painful lesson.
And I was in business, right? And then we had the next door neighbor, saw me working, and they walked over and they asked me a question. Next thing I know, I'm doing their deck and I'm painting the front of the house and a couple things inside, and and it just seemed like that those first couple months were just like that. Everybody that knew me wanted to support me, and being new in business. And then after those couple months passed by and kind of worked through all the people that knew that you were in business, I woke up really quick to the fact that, holy crap, I don't have any leads. I don't have any jobs. In fact, I didn't even use the term leads back then. I was so ignorant that I didn't even think in terms of like marketing. I had no website. I think I had a metal yard sign I paid $80 for. I quickly realized that, man, nothing happens if the phone's not ringing. My uncle is also a painting contractor, and he would refer things that he didn't want to me. So that was nice. But so then I did what I think I do best, and I just started knocking doors. I had some sales jobs, selling tools and nails and things like that through the years. Windows. Oh, wow. I forgot about Windows. That was a riot. But anyway, and what I did in those positions was I was basically business development. I was out pounding the pavement. Yeah. And so I just started knocking doors, and I'd see a dumpster and I'd be like, hey, you got something going on in the house, and I paint shit, so we should probably know each other. That was like my line, right?
Yeah.
And I'd see a contractor driving down the road in a van, a remodeler, and I'd literally call the phone number on the van. And I would go, hey, it looks like you build nice stuff. I paint stuff. Should we know each other? That was as simple as it was. That was my marketing plan. And it was really tough, really tough, because that just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
In fact, I've done some videos and podcasts in the past where I estimate that in my first 3 years of business, I easily cost myself a couple $1 million. Because I did not, this is even more micro than the big marketing thing here. I didn't have a customer database. Like, I'd paint your house and I'd never talk to you again. I wouldn't put your information anywhere. I wouldn't have nothing like that. And here I was doing, we were doing, grew from 0 to like between 300 and 400 jobs within our first 3 years. I mean, just think about the number of projects that is.
Oh yeah.
Just with pure hustle. And I was working a lot harder than I needed to, because I didn't stay in touch with my database, didn't even have a database, didn't even know I was supposed to have one. Dude, I didn't have a website. I had no marketing plan. I had nothing. And so marketing to me is, if you're going to hang your hat, let me asterisk this real quick. If you're like a handyman or a one-man show and you like doing the thing that you do, you like the tools, maybe your spouse works, maybe you got 5 million sitting in the bank somewhere, and you just like going out and building shit and fixing or painting or whatever, and you don't really want to grow and scale the business, and whatever comes, then word of mouth is great. Be that guy. You know what I mean? But like most people that start a business, they want to grow this damn thing, and they want to have something to show for it. Word of mouth, as great as it is not enough. In fact, for every 100 leads that came into our company, about 80 of them were past customers, influencers, and referrals.
Yep.
And so only 20 of them were we getting roughly 20 out of 100, but we needed that 20. And so I think it's a big mistake when I hear guys, we have a bunch of free groups and obviously YouTube, and you see the comments people leave on your channel and my channel, whatever. And it's like, how do I market my business? How do I get my phone to ring?
Mhm.
And it starts with a commitment. You have to understand, you have to be all in. And if you're not willing to take, I believe in your first few years of business, $10 to $15 out of every 100 that comes in and invest it back into marketing, I don't think you're serious about growing your business.
Yep, 100% agree. And that's where, and you hit the nail on the head with the asterisk. If you're content with doing this in a small show, because you just run out of fuel so fast.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, referrals are a piece, and there's a bunch of little pieces that you have to put together, and you have to keep the pedal down. And you just really can't let it up. You need to make sure that those leads are always pouring in, no matter what.
Yeah, and I think a big part of the marketing plan that people miss is they don't understand the power of what I call an influencer. So to me, if I'm a painting contractor, an influencer is a guy who does carpet or hardwood or an interior designer or a realtor, people that are standing in front of my ideal client hundreds of times a year. Basically, my goal is to have, these influencers. Maybe I got 3 or 4 realtors. I got a couple home inspectors. I get this, that. If they all give you 1 lead a quarter, just think about that. If you got, in the math I did with like I want to say it was 40 influencers, or it wasn't even that, 20 or 30 influencers. If your average job size is $5,000, you're going to close like 80% of the influencer leads because they're crazy. There's crazy trust built up there. And depending on your job size, I mean, we did anywhere from $500,000 to $750,000 a year just on a few influencer relationships. And so to me, that's got to be part of it. And the other part here that I've kind of been, now listen, you've watched my channel, that sometimes I get a little extreme in the things that come out of my mouth. Okay. All right. I'm about to get extreme. Okay. If you want to grow your business and you don't spend at least what you spent on your fucking truck each year on marketing, you're not serious about growing your business. Okay. That usually wakes people up. Man, I spent $60,000. My mirrors were $12,000 alone. You know what I mean? It's like, and so guys will go out and drop $60,000 on a truck, but they'll bitch about a $15,000 website that's going to get them job after job after job. They bitch about their SEO guy and all these other things. They bitch about, like, the worst thing they do is they have their wife make their logo for them. Okay. Sure, your wife is a great person and she might have been an artist in college or something, but doesn't mean that she understands design and the psychology of design and colors and all this other shit. And if she does, great. She's one of like the 3 wives on the planet that can make the logo for a contractor. And it's the same with doing your books, right? I've ranted on that a lot. Like, hire a professional. So we look at, we try to build our own website. And fine, if you're in the beginning stages, you don't have any money, all right, you got to get something up there. I get it. But man, charge enough so you can have money to invest back into the company so that you can market this thing like a boss and not half-ass it.